Hello everyone, my name is jinshu and my major is music composition. So this time my topic is common problems in amateur composition. There are three problems with amateur composer. The first one is orchestration, and second one is notation, and last one is giving an instrumental performance. So if there is no professional knowledge as the basis, the organic combination of various instruments is undoubtedly difficult. Why do I say that? Yeah, firstly, people always have to think about what instrument they are going to use and what instrument they are going to use for the parts that people are going to sing. And the problem with amateur composer is mostly that they are going to be blind with it. Second, the instruments are unique and no piece of music can be used with all the instruments, at least not yet. For example, if a composer wants to make a piece of music, he is sure that the type of music is Chinese style, and he needs to add a Chinese instrument like 古筝. But he doesn't know how to play this instrument, and it is difficult to find a substitute instrument that he can play. Without this instrument, he cannot fully express the meaning of the music. So does the average person spend a lot of time learning a new instrument? I don't think so. Of course, there are people in the world who can write remarkable chords on a musical instrument without ever learning it. The people is Chopin. Okay, the next problem, notation. This is biggest problem. It is mainly reflected in low efficiency of traditional notation, which makes most people refuse to spend this time writing carefully. So if people want to write a long piece of music, people's memory is absolutely limited only by their musical sense. In most cases, a composer will forget what they wrote behind and forget what they wrote in front. And the quality of the music is quite limited. Another is non-standard notation. If composer forgets a piece of music one day, wants to spring back, the wrong way of notation is bound to be a hidden danger. More importantly, the different musical instruments are not all the same notation instead. To write music is much more difficult. If all learned, then this person is also a professional composer. In particular, the main function of notation is to write down the main melody. So composer cannot write down complex rhythm or melody. The most direct proof is that notation is used for popular music. Yeah, because there are very few complex rhythm or melody in popular music, so they do not need a simple notation to do classical music. Yeah, the last one is giving an instrument performance. It's not a difficult problem, but it's rather troublesome. Just find someone to play with. The reason, of course, is that composers cannot play all the instruments they need. So this requires the composer to be able to write music. This is a relatively simple method. There are other ways, of course, but it's difficult to describe the common problems in amateur composition. The harder the piece, the more demanding it is on the player. The easy way out is to find a professional choir or orchestra and pick someone to play with it. But yes, people need pay money. Pay the money. One composer is done. So it is best if a composer can find a friend who can play the instrument that the composer needs. Yeah, okay. About the research approaches, there are three methodologies. The first one is internet videos, and second one is interviews with amateur composer, and the last one is questionnaires. So through these three ways, I found some possible solutions. So is amateur composition hopeless? No. If you have a good MIDI composition software and electric piano or keyboard, a composer can solve 90% of the above problems. It is computer composing. Yeah, computer production has solved the problem of poor music foundation. The rhythm and notation can be done accurately through computer calculation, and the effect desired by the composer can be expressed most accurately. Second, more freedom in choice of computer-produced timbre. This effectively solves the problem of orchestration, which is also difficult for amateur music composer. Yeah. So thank you everyone. That's all my contents.